Hello, dear students. Welcome to this lecture on group discussion, in short, GD, which is a crucial round for shortlisting candidates in a job interview. In this lecture, I shall be discussing the important aspects of a GD, highlighting some of the effective tips and strategies for a successful group discussion. So let us begin. Firstly, what is a group discussion? Group discussion is an integral part of selection process. It is one of the crucial eliminating rounds for shortlisting candidates in any interview process today. A candidate needs to face this elimination round either while applying for a job in an organization or company or while trying to get a seat in any college or institution. Thus, we need to keep in mind that group discussion is one of the crucial eliminating rounds for shortlisting candidates in any interview process today. The next point is that in a group discussion, 8 to 12 participants speak on a given topic for approximately 15 to 25 minutes, presented to them by a person in charge representing the organization, also called the moderator or coordinator. Thus, GD is a process in which a group of people sit together and discuss various aspects of a given topic. In the meanwhile, the GD panel evaluates them on a set of criteria. Thus, we need to keep in mind that in a group discussion, 8 to 12 participants speak on a given topic for approximately 15 to 25 minutes. Next, group discussion topics are usually very general and broad-based that concerns something that any candidate can discuss and thus requires no special knowledge. However, there could be different types of group discussion topics such as general topics, controversial or debatable topics, as well as case studies. Thus, we need to keep in mind that there could be different types of group discussion topics. The next aspect that I would like to discuss in this presentation is what are the effective tips and techniques for a successful group discussion. The very first point, before participating in a GD, one should research well on the current hot topics and controversial issues. A group discussion tests a candidate's general knowledge or general awareness. Hence, one should have a thorough knowledge of one's social, economic, political, and business environment. It is always advisable to keep one's current affairs up to date. So, the next point that I would like to mention is starting the group discussion gives advantage. One can definitely grab the attention if one speaks first, but it must be on a very clear and logical note. One should speak first only if one has meaningful information on the topic. One can start the discussion with a relevant quote, story, or fact. But if one is confused about the topic and unsure how to start, it is fine to wait and listen to others. If you are strong with the content, you can definitely go ahead initiating the topic. However, if you do not start the group discussion, you should not panic, as you shall have a chance later. The third point or the third tip that I would like to discuss is GD is not just a process to judge a candidate's current affairs knowledge, but primarily evaluates one's interpersonal skills and behavior in a group. Be careful about how you speak. There may be candidates having different or opposing views and opinions. One needs to respect others' viewpoint and assertively put across one's views, but not aggressively. Do keep in mind that we may speak very assertively, but not aggressively. And at no point one should show that one is angry and disrespectful. The next point that I would like to mention is it is important to have a positive attitude throughout the discussion. That is really very important. A positive attitude. The discussion should be a healthy discussion. If you disagree with someone, be graceful and control your emotions. Do not interrupt all of a sudden. Also remember that you should not sit back after talking once. Try to have more than one entry in the discussion. The fifth point is really very important. Have a good command over English language and try to communicate your views and opinions very gracefully so that you can impress everyone. Speak clearly and loudly, but do not shout at others at any point. Communicate confidently and speak comfortably. Take a pause and think what to speak next. Also remember that you should not speak too long and give others chance to speak. So do keep in mind that it's very important that we improve our communication skills, as it is very important to have good command over English language in a GD. Read editorials in leading newspapers and magazines, watch debates and discussions in standard news channels in the television, and conduct mock GDs. That is really very helpful, conducting mock GDs with friends, family members, and colleagues. These are some of the ways through which one can improve one's communication skills in English language. The sixth point that I would like to mention is listen attentively to others and take down notes if necessary. Listen carefully and not just hear. There is a difference between hearing and listening. Listening is a sign of respect. Do listen to understand your teammates and not just to reply them. This may sound easy, but this is one of the challenging tasks to carry out in a GD. The panel judges you on this vital skill of communication. The seventh point, body language plays an important role in a group discussion. Be careful about how you speak and react. Body language speaks volumes about your personality. Hence, sit straight, stay calm, and maintain an eye contact. That's really very important. Always maintain eye contact with the speaker and acknowledge him or her by nodding your head. Avoid impatient and tense movements in a GD. Remember that both content and mannerism are important in a group discussion. The next point that I would like to mention is do not deviate from the main topic. Focus on the content rather than the length of your speech. In case the group is drifting away from the given topic, take an interest in helping the group stay on the main topic and head in a positive direction. Thus, try to make a conscious effort to have the group stick to the main topic. That's really important. The ninth point or the ninth tip is that summarizing or stating the conclusion gives a good chance to grab the panel's attention. While summarizing the entire discussion, one should highlight all the relevant key points. Do not come up with a one-sided summary. And finally, few more important points to remember are that one should provide data, facts, figures to support one's arguments and viewpoints in the discussion. That's very important, but should never bluff statistics. One should also not be too humorous in the discussion. And lastly, and that's really very important, one should dress professionally and be presentable in order to create a good impression. So these are the important tips and techniques that I wanted to share with all of you. And now, what are the important skills required for a group discussion? Let me read out the important skills that are required for participating very well in a group discussion. Communication skills, time management skills, body language, team building skills, listening skills, analytical and reasoning skills, creativity, tolerance, general knowledge, interpersonal skills, leadership skills, and finally, presentation skills. And now I would like to discuss some of the useful sentence patterns and phrases in group discussion. For initiating or starting a group discussion, some of the phrases or sentence patterns that might be useful is in my opinion or in today's world, and then you may add your point. If you're agreeing with someone, then you may say, I agree with my friend. I do feel the same as my friend thinks. You are completely right. I second you on that opinion, and so on and so forth. And if you're disagreeing, then the sentence patterns and phrases that one can use are like, I do not support your point of view. I oppose your viewpoint. I think differently or have a different opinion on that. I'm afraid that's not right. I beg to differ, etc. If you partially agree with someone, I agree with you to some extent, but, and then you can add your part. You are right, however, I do not fully endorse your statement, etc. If you want to interrupt, then you may politely interrupt by saying, sorry, I wish to interrupt you there. If we want to add a few points, then we may use patterns like, you are correct, to that I would like to add some points, or else you may also say, in addition to that. So these are certain phrases, sentence patterns that are useful in a group discussion at different stages. And towards the end of my presentation, I would like to rather mention some common group discussion topics. Women are better multitaskers. Agree or disagree? Social media is a boon or a bane for the society. Coronavirus impact on global economy. Virtual learning versus classroom learning. Is social distancing the new world order? Impact of technology on jobs. National Education Policy 2020. Impact on higher education sector. Cryptocurrency, a bright future or just a fad? So these are some of the common GD topics. So dear students, I hope this lecture has helped you to some extent in understanding the concept of a GD, which is a common elimination round in the selection process today. Hope to come up with more videos on other important topics and areas. If you have liked this lecture, do share and subscribe to this education channel. Thanks for listening.